Welcome to the Life Show with Musart. Today I have two very special guests. Yes, Sienna Fernandez and Tanya Fernandez, who have come to talk about cerebral palsy and her condition since she was born and how we could help Sienna today. Hi Tanya, thank you so much for coming all the way.
Hi Musart, thank you for having us.
How was the travel? Was it okay?
It was okay in the end, yes. We got here, didn't we?
Yeah. And Sienna, as we could see, was having a bit of a struggle coming up the stairs because I think she was a bit afraid. She didn't want to understand. Why did she do that?
She just doesn't understand what is going on because she's had so many hospital admissions. So sometimes she's afraid that she's going to go for operation or a needle injection. So she's unsure of what's happening. So that's why she gets very
But she seems
anxious.
happy now.
Yes, she is, isn't she? Yes, you are. Yes.
Yeah, you got a smile. Right, so tell me about Sienna. How long has she had this problem and how is it affecting you on a daily basis?
So she's had cerebral palsy since she was born. She's had it 9 years. She's 9 now. And basically what it means is that she cannot walk unaided. She has difficulty with speech, so she's mainly non-verbal.
Okay.
She's functioning between 18 months and 2 years old. You know what I mean? She's functioning at 18 months to 2 years old, so therefore she needs help with her eating. You know, she's incontinent, so she's still in pads. She needs help with things like daily tasks like dressing up, getting ready for school. She's unable to do that herself, so I have to do that for her. And mainly she crawls around the house. You know, one way of getting around, if she's not in her wheelchair, she's crawling everywhere, which obviously affects her knees because they become sore. She's unable to, you know, run around with her brothers and do other things which affect her normal, just, you know, general well-being.
So is this something that was genetic or?
It's we're not really sure it's genetic. She's under genetics at the moment to find out if there's a genetic disorder, but we might never know the results of that. But her conditions from birth that she's had, you know, so it has affected, I think, more so now as she's getting older. It's getting harder for her to walk around, harder for her to do. Communication's harder because obviously
she understands though.
Her understanding is better than communication, definitely. Yes.
So as you've opened up a fund.
Yes.
Do you want to talk more about that?
Yeah. So basically, a couple of years ago, I found out an operation called selective dorsoistomy, which is a procedure that helps children with the condition. And the majority of the children that have had this operation in America are actually walking now.
Oh, wow.
And from being exactly like Sienna in a wheelchair, unable to walk, unaided, to walk in, you know, in supermarkets, on the beaches, able to, you know, take part in sports day at school.
Oh, wow.
So I looked up this operation, and Dr. Parks in America, he does this procedure and he's done it over 3,000 children, high success rate. He's a world leading surgeon on this operation, but we have to fundraise for the operation in order for Sienna to have the operation.
Oh, I have to have my reflexes on today, everyone. Right,
yes.
So it's okay. It's all right.
Okay. It's okay.
Do I get your hand?
Give us your hand. No.
Oh, let's do round around the garden.
Do you round around the garden?
Yeah.
Okay, she likes that.
So, what does that mean? So, have you started the fundraising?
We started the fundraising 2 years ago. We've got we're just under quarter of the way. It's 100,000 as our target.
Yeah.
But we're still unable to get to the 100,000 target that we need. So she's got a Just Giving page that we set up. We have various people doing a few different things to help fundraise, but it has taken us a while to fundraise for this operation. But the importance of it is that Sienna is 9 years old now, and ideally,
you said they had to take it at the age of 7, isn't it?
Ideally, between 2 and 9 is the best age to have the operation. And you know, she's 9 now, which means the older you are, the more likely you need more surgery, because the younger you are, the surgery is better for you. Your bones are not grown fully as they would at her age now. So we're trying to raise the funds as soon as possible, really, so that we can take her to America. She can have this operation, and hopefully, you know, she'll be able to walk. You know, she's non-verbal. She has difficulty with other things mentally. She has difficulties, but if physically there's something that we're able to do for her,
should do something about
it. That's what we're trying to do.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, we can try our best, and you know, and as everybody can see, Sienna here today, and you know, it must be very difficult from a mother's perspective what you go through on a daily basis. I saw your struggle
coming up
the stairs. And look at you, just like you shredded. And you've got 4 kids. You've got
four children. So she's got 3 brothers.
Is she the eldest?
She's the eldest. So Sienna's the eldest. So I think as she was younger, it was easier to maintain her because it's easier to carry her. But obviously, I think the last couple of years, I've really seen it's been difficult because
Obviously, it's getting heavier.
I carry her up and down the stairs. I carry in the car. Obviously, I carried up the stairs here. So, you know, and also she's frightened of different things. So it's very, you know, trying to manage her, trying to make her happy, really. Are you happy? You're smiling. Yes, you are.
So how are your other children? How old are your other children?
So my other children are 7, 5 and 2.5.
Right.
And they're three boisterous boys. Right. But, you know, Sienna gets along with them, but the noise, I mean, she doesn't take a lot to loud noises. She doesn't take to a busy environments either. So it's about making sure that she also has a happy place in the home that she can sort of go to and she can, you know, have her own time. But, you know, she loves music, she loves dancing, she loves water play. Yeah. So she's quite happy and contented in that way. But we feel, you know, we've done so many different fundraisers.
Hit mummy.
Hit mummy. We've done so many different fundraisers to help Sienna. We've done charity balls, we've done stalls. We were at Luton has a Mela every year. I don't know if you heard about the Luton Mela. We were out there fundraising last year. So we do try to do a lot of different things, but unfortunately we're not a big charity. I'm a mother fundraising for my child, so I'm not a national charity, whereas other national charities may be able to get sponsorships, may be able to get help with supermarket bag packing. Because I'm fundraising for my child alone, there's a lot of places that say no, turn away and say, well, you're only fundraising for your child, which is why it's been so difficult to
How does that make you feel?
It feels really hard because, you know, I'm not a national charity, but I support national charities because they help so many people. But when you're trying to fundraise for your child, and a lot of the big places like companies turn you away, and they're the, you know, mainly the people that have the funds to help, it's really difficult. I feel like 2 years fundraising has taken a lot of time away from Sienna because I'm out fundraising on weekends, I'm organising prizes, I'm organising things, going away for meetings. So it takes a lot of my time away from her in order to do this. And there's times where we go for meetings and nothing comes out of it, you know.
And it's all, well, you know, it's quite a difficult thing to do. It's, you know, obviously fundraising, you know what you're going through, and having, you know, just creating that compassion can take time. Yes. I think a lot of people might turn around and say, well, there's lots of other disasters going in the world. But at the end of the day, it's not about how much you give, it's about, you know, what you can give.
We even say, you know, if one person just gave £1, because £1 and 100,000 people £1, we'd raise the money. You know, as soon as, because, you know, we can spend £1 on little things, and, you know, but it'll actually make a difference to Sienna. I've liaised with other parents that have fundraised for this operation, and they've raised it within 7-9 months. You know, so it's all about how your campaign, you know, touches people, and basically just getting out there of what we're trying to do, trying to raise this money for this operation. We have to pay for it. It's not NHS funded, and it will improve her life drastically,
and yours as well. It's probably it's going to affect your health one day. Because one day your back's going to be pulled back in. It's going to be very difficult because you know, just her weight's going to get heavier. Getting up the stairs. It's not everywhere's going to be disability. You know, friendly. You know, with the lifts and stuff.
No, there's not a lot of places. I mean, she crawls everywhere. She's got she's got very sore knees. Sore knees, and obviously it affects her. She does have falls where she's bruised herself, and, you know, we don't want that for her. So it's just about trying to improve her life. That's also, basically.
How is this affecting your other children in any way? Like,
so a lot of places.
Are you not able to give them the same amount of attention?
No, I would say that a lot of places we cannot go that they would like to go, and if they do go, I have to think of, well, who can look after Sienna, and then she's not included. So, you know, there are places where they would like to go, and she cannot go. Be nice, but and also their time is obviously taken away because she needs physiotherapy. She needs a lot of different, you know,
happy hit.
A lot of different help, and, you know, she needs, and when we're doing painting and things, she needs that time. I need to concentrate with her.
I'm watching you. Don't hit me. All right, go.
No, but it does affect them, you know, but you know, they get support at school. I try to find time for them on my own.
How old is the youngest?
So 2.5.
Oh.
So he's still
So where is he today?
So Auntie's looking after him today. So my sister's looking after him, so she was kind enough to look after him, and you know, so I could be here and do this interview today.
Oh, well, thank you to the auntie. So so you must be exhausted by the end of the day. Be honest.
A little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
Because when I saw you, you look like her older sister. You don't look like her mum. Because I think you'd be just too much like running around. You probably don't get time to eat.
Yeah, but
sleep. You're always like worrying, like, okay, this needs to be done.
I think the first 2 years of her campaign, I literally 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning was awake, looking at places that would maybe be able to help with fundraising, asking for prizes. I would email different companies throughout the night. I think it took a lot away from me, and it's only till recently I sort of had to step back and say, you know what, I need to really concentrate on Sienna and everything to do that. She's here, she's present, she needs help, and her fundraising, it's going really slow at the moment, and I can't be on that train of trying to fundraise constantly when we're not really getting anywhere. And what's happening to her is that I'm taking a lot of my time is away from her. So I stepped back and thought, you know what, I need to concentrate on Sienna and what we need to do as a family. But obviously at the same time, still want to raise the funds, still want to do well, but it's been 2 years.
It's not something on the NHS that they would...
It's not NHS funded, no. But she did get refused here. We did go to Great Ormond Street, and they felt she needed leg tendon surgery that would help her drastically. She's had the operation done, leg tendon surgery, but she's still unable to walk unaided.
So does the leg tendon, that's supposed to help her to walk?
It keeps basically the feet on the ground, because what Sienna does is she tiptoes. She still does that now currently, so she'll tiptoe, and you'll probably see her when she's walking, she tiptoes slightly when I hold her. And
so she can't carry her own weight, obviously?
No, she cannot, no.
Wow.
No.
Right.
So it's very difficult for her.
So tell me a bit about her illness. When she was born, how did you know? How was it diagnosed?
So it wasn't. So when she was 9 months, you go for the health check as normal, and they said to me, "Well, she's not sitting up. Certain things she wasn't doing sitting up." And so basically, they said to me, "We'll keep an eye on her for another 3 months." 3 months old. 3 months later, she wasn't able to sit up. She wasn't able to crawl. She wasn't able to do certain things. And it wasn't until she was about 14 months we went for testing. And I think this was the hardest moment, because I went into a room with a professional, and he just turned around and he said, "I don't want to say this in a way that's going to upset you, but I need to say that it's not just physically, but your daughter has got a lifelong disability, and it's something to do in her brain. And she'll have this for the rest of her life." It sort of didn't hit me until I was driving home from Adam Brooks, and then I slowly sort of came into my head what was happening, and really basically understanding that this is a lifelong illness basically for Sienna. Recently, I mean, I'm seeing how it's actually really affecting her through her communication, through her walking. There was a lot of barriers for her that it's so difficult for her. I can only imagine. I'm her mum, but for her, I can't imagine what she goes through, crawling around the house, crawling around, going to busy places, and she gets so overwhelmed, she starts screaming. How does that affect her? Heart rate goes up. Certain things that really affect her. I don't know how she really feels, but obviously as a mother, I try to make her life best as we can.
Right. Wow. I must say, well, hats off to you for going, looking after on a daily basis. It's not easy as it looks. Well, some might think, you're getting all these benefits and help and stuff. At the end of the day, you'd rather have a normal child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And or even a child that can help themselves.
She's not able to. I mean, she probably will unlikely, be able to get married, and she'll be the rest of her life with me. So you have to think of, the life that her brothers are going to lead. They'll be able to go to university and do other things. She might not be able to do any of that. So, but one way I can help her is by trying to fundraise for this operation, because if she's able to walk,
at least she can do
things. She won't be able to do certain things that her, other people her age will do, but she'll be able to walk, and be able to walk her feet on the grass, being able to sit on a normal swing, just everyday little things that I think we take for granted that Sienna would really, really love, and it will really change her life.
Okay. Wow. So how does she communicate? Is it teaching her Makaton?
So usually, she does Makaton. I did a Makaton class as well, just to help her. But usually, she's actually quite good. I mean, if you say to her certain words, orange juice, she will say them.
Oh, wow.
She will try to say them, and she'll really try her best to say things.
Do you say mummy?
Say mummy? Bad school.
Bad school to do.
Bad school.
Bad school. Is school bad? Do you not like school?
I think she's happy because she's here today. You missed a
Yeah,
day of
it's
school.
Today, so.
You missed a day of school, didn't you, today? Yes.
What are you going to tell your teacher tomorrow?
Who's your teacher?
You can say, I went to be famous. I was on the Life Show with Musart.
Yes.
Are you going to say that? She's put her in a thinking state now.
You're thinking. Yes.
Right. So, what about her diet and things? Do you have to be careful with her diet?
She's like, well, I have to just be careful that I'm not feeding her too much of the wrong foods because she's not physically able to do a lot. The thing with children that they could put on weight, and therefore it'd be even harder for her to move. So she doesn't have any dietary things that she needs to eat in terms of to watch in terms of she's not tube fed or anything like that. Because cerebral palsy, you can have the other effect of you might have to be tube fed or have difficulty swallowing. She hasn't got any of that, but it's just about making sure she's eating healthy foods. She's not eating too much of the bad foods, because putting on weight for a child like Sienna is not a good thing, because it'd be harder for her to move around, and that's something that we don't want. So she does eat quite healthily.
What about her sleep?
Gosh, her sleep. So her sleeping is, I would say, erratic. So she could go to sleep normally 9 o'clock, wake up 12 at night, be up the whole night. Wow. So usually I take her into school because of that, but she wakes up throughout the night. Also, her condition also means that she suffers from spasms in her legs. So it could be that she wakes up, she can't, no, she'll cry and just point to her legs. And all I can do is just massage her legs, give her something warm to drink. But usually, if she cries, she'll point to her legs to show me that it's hurting her. Because the tightness in the legs, this is what cerebral palsy is, it's tightness in the legs. And that causes the spasms, the spasticity that makes it harder for her to walk.
Wow. So obviously with the operation, that will reduce the spasms?
That will. So basically, the spine in the lower back is opened, and the nerves in the spine are then tested to see which are really tight, and then they are cut. It's a precise operation, 4 to 5 hours. But the children, the videos that I've seen of children have been absolutely amazing. They've been able to walk. They've been able to do things like sports day, going into the supermarket. I think in general it just helps with everything else. They're able to go on a normal swing. They're able to ride a normal bike. They're able to do certain things that they weren't able to do. So it drastically changes your life.
Don't hit Mummy, Sienna.
Make it nice.
Why are you so upset with Mummy?
Make it nice. To school, Am I talking too much?
Mummy would take you to school if you
don't want to go to school, do you? No.
Don't hit Mummy.
I had a day of school today. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so sorry, you were saying about the food, or was it? No. Sleep. So no.
So sleeping. But
I've lost trail of thought now. Thank you, Sienna.
I know. No, that's okay. But no, generally, she would sleep okay, but usually she wakes up throughout the night. It could be spasms. It could be the fact
about the children who had the operation. They can. Sorry.
I was.
That's where we were.
Yes. So
how they can do sports day.
I've seen videos. The parents have put them up on if they have their campaign, which they've raised 120,000, and their child has had the operation. They've done sports day, been able to run, 100 meters. They've been able to walk in the, sand, walk on the beach, things like that. Go swimming. And, one of the child was exactly like Sienna in a wheelchair. I remember her mum having an interview. And then I saw a video of her running in the supermarket. And she's 3 years old, so she's smaller than Sienna. But I just couldn't believe that this operation
made such a difference.
How it makes such a difference to that child's life, and to the parents. They said they're able to do so much more as a family. They're able to even stop fundraising and live in a normal life, just getting on with their life, basically.
Yeah. So, tell me a bit about cerebral palsy. Is it something that they can't detect while you're pregnant? Was it something that they could have done to avoid it? Or
basically, sometimes it could happen basically in the womb or shortly after birth. Right. So it's not known with Sienna when she got cerebral palsy, but the condition, it can vary. So some people are detected. So some people, twins. Sometimes you can get children with cerebral palsy, and I know a couple of people fundraising for their children that are twins. With Sienna specifically, I didn't hear the word cerebral palsy really until she was 6 years old. Oh. And before that,
they're not sure what it was.
No, it was just a general movement disorder. Oh. And it wasn't until I went, her paediatrician said to me, well, it's a type of cerebral palsy that she has, and I went up to Great Ormond Street and they confirmed it. That I really looked at cerebral palsy, Googled it, looked at, and then found the operation. So that's when we started the campaign. Had I sort of known what what she had earlier on, I would have actually tried to fundraise beforehand, which is why we fundraised so late when she was 6.5. Didn't really know. It's just general movement disorder, severe global delayed development. And, you know, so 2 years on, we're still fundraising for this, but I'm sort of still learning about the condition, and still, you know, every day's a new challenge. When something's difficult for Sienna, I sort of have to research, you know, is this part of her condition? So I think as she's getting older, it's always a learning curve, always learning something new.
So tell me about you then. Like, how do you cope with all this? How, like, what is your strength that brings you back to say, you know, she's my child, and I want to do something for her? I think, because you seem quite calm. I think
no one will fight for your child, like the mother will fight for a child, I don't think. And no one will do more for your child than the mother. So if I gave up and I felt I couldn't go on, what is there for anyone else to go on? Because if I've lost,
shock at the beginning, like,
yes,
I know lots of parents, when they hear that their children do have an illness or disability, they can go into a depression state for quite some time. You know, I tend to see lots of partners end up looking after the mother and the child, or the father and the child, because one is always stronger than the other. Yeah. Did that ever happen in your relationship? Or
I think that I felt definitely overwhelmed with it all, because I was still researching, still trying to figure out what places to go to help Sienna, and it becomes basically your world.
Yes.
So you don't see anything else apart from what your child is facing and what is around. So I think back then, I felt very isolated. It does feel alone, but what I did, I went with a group of other mums that are in a similar boat, and we have a group, and I went to special needs meetings, so in Sienna's nursery. I liaised with other parents. Sorry, sweetheart. I liaise with other parents, and I think you need to find a support group with other parents that go through similar things as you, because at the end of the day, they're going to understand what you're going through. They're going to understand when you're late for parties, why you're always running an hour late for things, why you're, why you can't do certain things. I can't predict anything. And, you know, at certain places, she can't go to a lot of people's places, houses. So, you know, it's about bringing people to your own home. And, well, I can't go to that centre because there's nothing for Sienna to do, you know. So, are you shaking?
What was that for?
Are you shaking?
Are you getting bored, Sienna? Oh, she's behaved really well.
She's just doing a little.
Too excited.
Yes. But so there's places that she can't go that I have to say to people, you know, I can't meet you there, sorry, because, you know, my daughter, you know, she can't take part in any activities there, so she's unable to. So there's certain things, you know, and then you feel like you have to be with other parents in similar boats, because they'll understand. We go to special needs places together, or they're, you know, online, they'll just give you some advice if I need some advice, or, you know. So
you had lots of support.
Support in that way, yeah. I've reached out to other parents, and, you know.
So you're at a stage where you've felt down and thought, this is too much to take on.
Yes, and okay, sweetheart. All right, darling. Okay.
That was a low one.
Yeah, okay, sweetheart. Is it too much? Do you want to go Auntie Sharon? Okay. But you're fighting. So I basically went with other parents just to.
Did you ever feel isolated, or like?
I've really felt isolated. Yeah, for about 2 years. Yeah, I have for 2 years. Yeah, and
sometimes it takes you quite some time to come to terms with the whole situation.
And I wouldn't get back to people. I'd be forgetting appointments, just because in general I was trying to be super organised and everything, and then it gets to the point where you're overwhelmed because your life, everything revolves around your child. And you forget about yourself as a person, because you're so consumed in what your child is going through, and then you get to a point where you think, well, I shouldn't really care about myself. I should, because this is my child, and then you go through that phase. But it got to the point where I thought, you know, I need to reach out to other parents, because I can't be the only one feeling like this. There must be other parents in their homes feeling so overwhelmed. And I went online and found a support group, and actually parents are in the similar boat as me. They felt really isolated, really alone. Some don't live near family, some don't, you know, some children, the children that they have life-limiting conditions. They have children that are in and out of hospital, and they don't have parents or partners or anyone to help them. They're alone, isolated, and I think a listening ear really helped in both ways for me and for them. And I think that's, you know, I've sort of come out of it realising other parents like this. I know your life doesn't end and your child's life doesn't end. We have to, as parents, just really enhance our children's lives, try to give them the best life that they can have. You know, Sienna's unable to do certain things. You know, she might not be able to get married, she might not be able to have children, but at the end of the day, what I can do as a parent is try to give her the best life I can possible, knowing that, you know, it's difficult for her. So, and it's not her fault. She doesn't have the understanding, but she, you know, she loves things like music. So what things can I do for Sienna? She likes going to, you know, places where there's music. She likes going sensory. She likes going party. She likes different, you know, certain things. And
she's developed a little personality.
Yeah, different personality of different things. So she loves sensory. She's sensory taught basically because she loves lights. She loves flashing toys, cards. She does hydro pool. She goes hydro pool once a week at school. So she does her own little thing, you know. But it's just about giving her the best life that I can, and trying to make her happy.
Stop you to not to have more kids because you've had 3 kids after?
Well,
it took you 2 years to get used to the whole idea.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say her disability was really really affected.
Do you have the fear that could affect another child, or?
No, not really. No, I didn't really. No, I mean, there was a 1 in 16 chance of it happening. We got the statistics.
Like a lot of parents, I think, what they have when they have one disabled child, they don't want to have more children because they get worried that the same thing.
Yeah, for me, in my family, my grandmother's maternal side, we've got 2 disabled, my uncle and my cousin. Right. So I knew it could be a possibility of having children anyway, but it wouldn't stop me from having children because at the end of the day, I find, you know, a child is a gift from God. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing. So I knew there could be a possibility of it. But my auntie, my grandmother, they had disabled children, and they just basically got on with it and just gave the best life that they can to, you know, to my cousin, to my uncle. And they're still here. My uncle's in his 50s. My cousin's in his 30s.
Do they have a similar thing? Or?
I would say, well, they're physically able-bodied, so they're walking. It's just, mentally, they're unable to have an independent life as we can. So they're in special places for, you know, independent living basically. So they have someone come in to see them to make sure their food is cooked and things like that.
Right. So you mentioned earlier that you have a page for her.
I have a page for her. Yeah, a Just Giving page. So it's basically it's www.justgiving.com/Sienna's -footsteps. Hopefully you can put that on there. So it's a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, we will. And so you had a Facebook page where you have.
Oh, we have a Facebook. Page, so it's Sienna's Footsteps.
Okay. So and what do you normally have? Do you have lots of videos?
Just updates of hospital appointments. Just fun things that she's. There's a couple of videos on there. Try to put more videos of her on there, but sometimes she doesn't like being, you know, filmed. Yes.
I think she's not aware we're filming her today.
No, she's not. I don't think so. She is. But she generally, just updates on things that she's doing in her life, or I could put things that are difficult for her, certain things that are difficult for her, places, you know, that we can't go, and I'll put a little update on there. Yeah. But just, just generally,
it's good for you in a way,
her life.
You're becoming more expressive rather than letting it.
Yeah, it's like a diary, I would say.
Yeah, because I think lots of parents struggle with, you know, they keep it inside and they start becoming, you know, isolated, like you mentioned earlier, or they become depressed and they don't want to talk about it.
Okay. It's all right. She has part of her condition is where she has behaviour challenges, so it's very erratic. So she'll hit up, pull my hair, bite me. So
I've been quite lucky.
That kind of behaviour, that is hard sort of to deal with, but it's just about trying to calm her, and she gets a bit overwhelmed as well.
So do you have a routine for her? Food and stuff like that? Do you have to feed her at a specific time in order to keep her calm, or
she generally loves food, so after here she wants some food straight away, so she'll go somewhere to eat some food. Are you hungry? You want din-dins?
Yes. What does she like to eat? At least you can eat.
She eats everything, but she's actually quite good because she loves her veg. She loves tuna salad. Do you believe it? She loves. The people like, really? I said, yeah, she loves it.
She's smiling at tuna salad.
Tuna salad. She loves her vegetables, and she loves.
She's not into sweets or biscuits.
Not really biscuits. So
I tried to offer her one, and she turned it away.
No, not really. She likes a bit of chocolate, but generally she loves her home cooked food, and she's generally quite good with her eating. Right. She loves roast dinners, she loves rice, she loves curries.
Well, at least you know everything. That's a blessing in itself, because that she's able to feed herself.
Well, I have to feed her. She's
but
she's able to eat.
Because I think lots of children, you have to be careful with their diet. It has to be very mushy.
Yes.
They're not allowed to have you know, to be gluten free or?
Yes. Well, at the start of her life, we had to blend everything for a year and a half. But till she was about 2.5, everything was blended. Yeah, she got her teeth quite late.
Oh, okay.
She didn't have her teeth till 18, not one tooth till for 18 months.
Oh.
So so we had to blend. So she was quite late in certain developments in terms of her crawling, her teeth coming through. You know, able to sit up. She wasn't able to sit up until she was nearly 2 years of age. So everything was quite late with Sienna.
Oh. Well, we've got there, haven't we?
Yes. Is that Miss Hat? Yes. Are you making nice? Do you row? And she likes row your boats. Don't you?
Are you hungry that you're chewing your t-shirt because we mentioned food?
Yes.
Okay, well, you know, it's been great having you.
Thank you for having us as well.
And I don't want to keep her sitting here for too long. We normally do go on for like 45 minutes, but I just feel she's probably hungry now, and you had a long journey. So before we go, I'd like you to, if you want to tell anything to the audience that you would like to request them for Sienna's footsteps, you're more than welcome.
Generally, I just would like to say to people that please follow Sienna on her Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Sienna's Footsteps. If I know financially things are hard for people now, so if you're unable to donate, what we're just asking people to share her page. There might be companies, there might be people that that may be able to help or donate in any other way. Or if you're able to just donate £1, because if every person that watches this donated £1, I don't know, we'd be getting very far, and hopefully I can come back on your show with her after the operation saying what a massive difference this has done with her walking, and that'd be lovely to show people. But please follow her. She's got a Just Giving page that donations are coming, donations can be made through. But if you're unable to do anything, just sharing a page, asking around local companies, people that may be able to help in any way would very much be grateful for that, because that's all we're asking at the moment.
Okay. Well, as today we had Sienna and Tanya coming to talk about cerebral palsy, it's a condition that, I wouldn't wish upon anyone. It's as you've heard from Tanya's story, it's a very difficult illness to live with, especially if you have a child like that. So, if we can support Sienna, in any way, £1 goes a long, long way. And we can help Tanya reach that target, and have her back on here to let us know, how it went, and and how would you feel, that you've helped someone to walk and made Tanya's life easier. And don't think about how much you have to give. It doesn't have to be £100 or whatever. Even £1, you'll be spending that on coffee. If it's going to bring some ease into somebody's life, that's going to come back to you like 1,000,000 times fold. And, be blessed in numerous ways. So please, please, please follow Sienna. What was the page again? Sienna?
So it's her Facebook page. Yes. It's Sienna's Footsteps.
Sienna's Footsteps. So just put that in the search engine. Mark Zuckerberg has made it very, very easy. And, you'll find it. So until next time on the Life Show with Musart, and thank you for watching.